Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? I am glad to be back. Yes, I have missed you guys, but I have been on a wonderful, glorious 2-week vacation. And I've got so much to tell y'all, so I'm just gonna get right to it. First thing we did was we went to a marriage retreat, and that was awesome. It was a 3-day marriage retreat, and I learned so much. And a lot of things I already knew, and a lot of things were just refresher, but a lot of things were like, that was a blessing to learn that. So I'm just gonna highlight. It was, first of all, a very kind of small, intimate setting. I would say there were probably about 35 couples, and this was from about, I would say, a combination of about 3 churches from Alabama, and they came down to Orlando, to one of the resorts in Orlando. And since they were coming so close, we said, oh, we want to join you guys, but now we're hooked. So I don't care where they go, we are hooked. It is always going to be the last week of February, the month of love. So we're hooked. So wherever they go next year, we already know we're going to Destin, Florida. So anybody out there who want to join us on this Christian marriage retreat, let me know. Last week of February 2010, Destin, Florida. Anyway, let me just tell you briefly about some of the topics we talked about. We talked about having respect in your relationship. We talked about how to keep the fires burning in your relationship. We talked about money matters in your relationship, and having trust when it comes to not just normal trust in your relationship, but financial trust. Trusting each other financially. So there was just so much. I wish I would have thought to bring my basket over here, but we want a big, nice, beautiful basket of sausage and grapes and cheeses and wine or champagne, non-alcoholic champagne, because we won the newlywed game. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness. And I knew that my husband and I knew each other quite well, because, as many of you know, we met about 22 years ago. But I did not realize just how well we really knew each other. I mean, we were asked questions like, okay, would you say that, as far as lovemaking, would you say that you would describe it as a 747, helicopter, a cruise ship, a Beetle, and maybe something else? And we both said 747. And another question was, what attracted you to your wife? When you first met your wife, what attracted you? And I said, my long legs, and he said her long legs. And another question was, what article of clothing do you wish that your wife would burn? And I said my red and blue headscarf. Some of y'all seen my red and blue headscarf that I wear to bed every night. And that's exactly what he said, her red and blue headscarf. And there were 10 questions, and we got 8 of them right. The 2 we got wrong, I will say one was my fault and one was his fault. They asked what was our song. I don't know how he got this wrong. Well, I know how he got it wrong, because they were playing this song in the before we got started. So he had this song, Always and Forever, stuck in his brain. But that's not our song. We never even talked about that song. Our song is 50-50 Love by Teddy Pendergrass. It's so good, loving somebody when somebody loves you back. So he conceded that I was correct, that that was definitely our song, and he didn't know how he got that wrong other than that other song had been playing and was stuck in his head. And then the other question, I will concede that I got that one wrong. And the question was, what recipe of your wife do you wish that she would burn? And that was kind of a tricky one for me because I don't cook, and only thing that I ever cook is basically Hamburger Helper. So I thought he had to have said Hamburger Helper. What else, what other recipe would he want me to burn? Because I don't cook. Well, he said that pork loin dinner that you cooked me. Y'all, you have to look back on my old videos and find that one. I can't even remember what I entitled it, but it's the one where I talk about I cooked this pork on and he all of a sudden decided that he doesn't eat pork anymore, and I cried all night long because I was a newlywed trying to cook something other than Hamburger Helper for my husband. Anyway, so it's so funny. I was telling my mom about the game, and my mom said, you should have, I know you said that pork loin dinner that you tried to make, and I was like, oh my God, that's the same thing he said. I told Danica about it. Danica said, I know you said lose the recipe to that pork loin. I said, okay, my mom said the same thing, Danica said the same thing, Charles said the same thing, so I say I concede I got that one wrong. Anyways, but we got 8 out of 10 right, and it was just it was so much fun, but it was just awesome too to just confirm how well we really know each other. What else? Okay, well, the retreat was just awesome. We learned a lot. We talked about communication in marriage. I could go on and on and on about what we talked about and the things we learned, but it was really, really, really a blessing, the retreat. So then from the retreat, we didn't even come home. We got straight on the road and went down to West Palm Beach and visited with family there. And we stayed in, and we also went to a birthday banquet, and that we had an awesome time there. Wonderful fellowship with our family, and just such warm, beautiful hospitality. And from there we came home for about two days, and got back on the road and went to Alabama. And hi, y'all Alabama people out there. Hi, Gigi. To be me is to be free. I was looking for you, girl. Every restaurant, everywhere we went to Cheddar's, but actually I think Cheddar's was over in Columbus, Georgia. But we went to Cheddar's and it was so good. It was the bomb. But girl, Gigi, I was looking for you, girl. Anyways, we stayed in Alabama probably about 4 days, and the hospitality there was awesome. The food was so good. I mean, we got home cooked breakfast every morning and cooked dinner in the evening. And then one day we had a fish fry, and we had all fish and shrimp and chicken strips and French fries and hush puppies and coleslaw and oh my. And then one night, like I said, they took us to Cheddar's. We don't have a Cheddar's here in Florida, not one that I know of, but oh, I like that restaurant. And from Alabama, then we went to North Carolina, and there we went to meet up with my daughter and watch her team play a basketball tournament. Unfortunately, they lost, but it was such a blessing to see my baby and to just give her a big hug. I mean, I just couldn't hardly turn her loose. I know she's probably like, Mom, turn me loose. But it was just a blessing. I hadn't seen her since Christmas, so it was nice to see her. And then we made it back home last night, about 10 o'clock last night. So I just thank God for his traveling mercies, for having such a fulfilling and safe and happy 2 weeks off. Tomorrow is Tuesday, back to the grind, but I thank God for the grind. Anyways, I miss you guys, but I had a wonderful, 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 blessed time away, And I got a few more videos that I'll be coming back at you. Y'all be blessed.